Hi, my name is Zai, longtime gamer and amateur music producer. If I were to describe my perfect headset, it'd be wireless with a good quality microphone, flat sound, and entertaining bass. That obviously isn't possible, that's why I have to have a studio set and an entertainment set. And for recording vocals, I have to keep delay at a minimum, so wireless isn't advised. But for entertainment, I want a wireless headset capable of big bass. And that's why I'm really enjoying the Razer ManO'WAR. I wouldn't mix and master songs with these though, they're not for producers, they're definitely an entertainment headset. And the best feature is the microphone. I'm going to record the next part with it so you can hear the quality. So hi, this is how the mic sounds, and the first thing you should notice is how clear the waveform is between my talking. This has close to zero background noise. I'll stop talking so you can see and hear it. And the breathing, pops, clicks and other sounds are barely audible. I can't hear any digital tampering, so I'd assume they're using some high quality filters to achieve this sound. But also, they probably knocked off the high range too, because my voice is sounding quite flat, limited to the mid-range and maybe some low. I'm still new to headsets, but this is definitely heading toward what I'd want. Here's a typing test on the Razer Black Widow Chroma with the Razer Green clicky switches from about 50 centimeters away. So it picks up on loud typing, but that's expected. I'll just repeat some words that generally cause problems for microphones now. Hello, hello, hello. Potato, potato, potato. Stasis test, stasis test. All sounds good to me. I'm happy to use this as my main mic for Skype and in-game. I currently have the mic just to the left of my jaw. I don't recommend using them in front, as all will pick up way too much sound. In Windows 10, it tries to disable audio enhancements. I accidentally clicked yes, and it turned off the mic gain, making it too quiet. So just a note, don't click yes to that. If you do, reinstall Razer Synapse to get the boost back. This is currently at 80% volume, with the boost on. And lastly, if you shout or sing loudly into the mic, it does seem to have the limiter, so it doesn't spike too badly, distort or deafen your friends. Physically, the mic is extendable, and it's flexible while maintaining its shape. It doesn't self-mute even when hidden away, but there is a volume control just behind it. For the actual sound you hear back, these have two modes, being stereo and 7.1 surround. I find without the software upgrades of bass boost and 7.1 surround, the sound seems to focus on the harsh highs and mids. Not the best for listening quality, but add the bass boost with the 7.1 and those highs and mids are softened by the warm deep tones. For a flat sound, clearly this is not advised, but for pure entertainment, as I said, these have been a lot of fun to listen to. I find myself looking everywhere for songs that have those subtones, and the speakers in the headphones don't disappoint. In other headsets, you can get the low notes playing, but they often have no punch. These seem to give it that extra hit, like you can actually feel the bass rather than just hear it. I'm sure these will get the usual disapproving comments, and fair enough, audio quality is a subjective thing, everyone has their preference. But if you want a fun listening experience with plenty of bass, I'd recommend checking these out. Just don't turn them up too loud, because it's an entertainment sound and not a flat sound, it could hurt your ears. For footsteps in games, I haven't had any trouble hearing them, I haven't died from lack of sound anyway. According to the box, the frequency response is 20 Hz to 20 kHz. Impedance is 32 ohms at 1 kHz, and the wireless range is 12 meters or 40 feet. That's probably the safe range, as I've had these going through walls up to 20 meters. I think that's common for wireless technology these days, but it's still good to know I can almost walk the entire house without losing the signal. And it's important to take breaks and get up and walk around, so I highly recommend wireless headsets for this alone, and you don't have to worry about breaking the cable each time you get up. Unfortunately, this is just a USB headset, but it will work with PC, Mac and PlayStation 4. And apparently only Spectrum cycling and stereo output is available on PS4. So you lose sound options, but hopefully you'll still benefit from the great mic. I don't have a PS4 so I can't test it out. One more thing about the USB, they store this little USB wireless inside the headset. You have to get it out and plug it into the dock. And of course plug the dock in into the computer with its 2 meter cable. So it comes with those two things and also a 1 meter USB cable that you can use for charging. Now for the bleed test. Basically, if you are wearing these, how much will people hear of what you're hearing? To test this out, I'll hold the headphones in front of the microphone while playing a song. This is one of mine. It's called Walking Away. So a fair amount of sound, that's good because I had them up high. Now testing at the same volume, but this time I'll be wearing them in front of the microphone. Now you would have heard already, but as you can see by the waveform, there's barely any sound registering, so that is extremely well controlled. If you're a night owl, you should be fine using these with family and friends sleeping in the rooms nearby. So I've said a lot of good things about this headset, now to talk about the things that I think are negatives. And that's mostly about the build quality. This is a very plastic construction. The plastics are similar to what you'd find on the Razer Death Adder, except these creak and crack. They're quite loud. Not a big issue once you're wearing them, but it doesn't sound good taking them off. There is some metal on the sides, which I like, so more of that kind of quality, and I'd be happy. The cups rotate so you can rest them on your shoulders, but they actually do feel like they could break easily. I think I would pay extra if they gave us these with a metal frame and some better quality materials. There is some cushioning on the headband, but it's framed by plastic. It flexes, but again, I feel like it's going to break. But maybe they're doing this to keep the weight down because they still are standard 375 grams. They didn't feel too heavy to me. Looks wise, at first I thought they were fairly plain, but since wearing them and walking by mirrors, I'm starting to think they look pretty cool. That's subjective though, I'll let you decide. And using the dials on each side, one being for the microphone volume and the other being for the main volume, they feel cheap and plastic, but they work well enough. There's also an off and on button with the mic volume dial. They extend just over 3 cm on either side, and you can remove the cups, so I guess you can wash them. But please look up how to wash them before you actually do it. They measure 5.5 cm inside and 10.5 cm on the outside and 1.5 cm deep. I don't wear glasses, but I wore some sunglasses while gaming and using the computer, and I didn't feel any discomfort. They have a light clamping force, hours of continued use was good, very important for a wireless headset. And while the ear cups aren't too deep and not the most comfortable, I didn't find them uncomfortable either. In the software, you can calibrate the surround sound, adjust the volume and give it a bass boost as I mentioned earlier, and there's sound normalization, but I don't recommend using that. I tried the voice clarity, but I think it'll be unlikely that you'll need it. You can adjust the microphone volume setting in here too. In the mixer, you can adjust some of the headphone settings for various programs. There is an EQ, but I left that flat and just used the bass boost. And for the RGB lights on either side, there's breathing, static, spectrum cycling, or off. Off is the best for making the battery last longer, of course, which is meant to be 14 hours of use. And there's a little indicator in the software up the top right. And lastly, OSD is on-screen display. You can choose where it shows or turn it off. So in conclusion, this retails for about $240 on M-Wave in Australia, and maybe about $170 on Amazon, not sure yet. And to be honest, I would actually pay that considering they're wireless with good range, great quality microphone, and just really enjoyable to use. So while everyone is different, personally, these are very much my style for entertainment and gaming. I have my producer set, and this is now my entertainment set, until I find something better anyway. Hope that helps. If you want to purchase a set, I'll leave links in the description to M-Wave and Amazon. Using those will help support the channel, of course. I'll also leave links to the songs used in this video, and a special thanks to Razer for sending these out for a review. For those wondering if I'm biased, the answer is no. I haven't actually bought any of their headsets that I've been reviewing. They've all been sent out for review purposes, and these are genuinely my favorite so far. So subscribe for more headset reviews and gaming videos, like this one, and I'll catch you in the next.